Good morning. Am I on? Am I live? Am I here? I think I am. Good morning to you. And welcome to this week's Monday Motivation. If you've never tuned into one of these before, or somebody has shared this with you, then my name's Jenny Kovacs. I'm nicknamed the Queen of Being Seen because I'm really about helping you to stand out, to raise your professional profile, especially if you are speaking or are on video. However, every Monday at 7 a.m. live, and it's good to see that it's light now at 7, but every Monday at 7 a.m. I broadcast a little bit of motivation, not just for Monday, but your morning, your Monday, and sometimes even your week. So today is a topic that I love. I love sharing this topic. I love sharing it with clients. I like sharing it with peers. I like sharing it all over the place because this is about the self-motivation to get stuff done. This is one of the single most things that people struggle with. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about what I would call self-motivation, starting from what's going on in our head, our state of mind. Okay, so I want to start by telling you a story. And I just want you to set the scene. For those of you that live in the UK and have ever travelled on the underground, you'll know how busy it can get. You'll also know how busy it can get if you're travelling from a mainline station. And in this case, quite a few years back now, I made the trip all the way from Gatwick Airport into London Victoria Station. But this wasn't just any trip into a busy mainline station. This was on a Friday morning, like commuter hell. Whenever I've been into any mainline station at a busy period like that, you get off the train, you shuffle slowly to get through the barriers. There are people in front of you, people everywhere, people behind you, and it's generally a slow start to the day. So I was expecting this because I was actually making a trip all the way from Gatwick up to Edinburgh and I was going by train. So I knew I had to go through one busy station, onto the underground, into another busy station, King's Cross, and then get on a train and go on about a 7-hour journey up to Edinburgh. I got up really early. And as I braced myself, the train pulled in, I braced myself as I got to Victoria Station. And the first thing that I noticed was that even though it was busy, everyone seemed really chilled out. Like, what was going on? And as I walked across the concourse, I soon found out why. There was a lady who was singing some opera for charity. And her voice carried all the way through the station. The station that's normally filled with announcements and sounds and beeps and dashes and hurry for your train and all sorts of things was filled with this really angelic voice. Not too bad, I thought. So as I cruised across the concourse and went down towards the tube, I again thought, well, that was a nice start to the day. I'm going to brace myself. So I got ready and braced myself. And as I went down to the platform of the underground, or the tube as we like to call it here in the UK, it was, fairly busy. It was fairly busy. And it's not what's the way I'm trying to say this? It's quite often the case, especially at busy commuter times, that when you try to go down to a platform, if there are too many people on the platform, they hold you at the top of the escalators. They don't want anybody to be overcrowded. So that had happened, went down into the onto the platform, and as we all stood there with our serious faces on, looking to see when the next tube was coming, which was only a matter of minutes, and like in rush hour they're like every minute, yet anyone would think that we're standing there waiting for a matter of hours. Anyway, we're standing there and the tube pulls up. But there was something different this morning about this tube. And again, I thought, how strange. I've just had that gorgeous experience in a very busy station, but with a gorgeous calming vibe. And this train pulled up, this tube pulled up, and it was empty, like nobody on it. This is a bit weird. What was funny was, as packed as it was on the platform, as the tube pulled up empty, everyone looked at each other. Right, I'm not going to lie to you. It was a bit like one of those horror films that you see where people go on the tube and they get to the next station like it's been wiped out. Aliens have come and sucked everybody out of the tube and it's empty. So this was a really surreal feeling, and visibly we were all looking at each other. Why has this tube pulled up? Why is it empty? But that wasn't the best bit. The best bit was that we all kind of very cautiously got on the tube. Now, when a tube pulls up and it's empty like that at rush hour, it means that everybody can get on, and usually most of us can get a seat. So we all walk in, and as we go to sit in the tube, we notice something different. This was a brand spanking new tube, okay? This train was brand spanking new. It was clean, it was bright. And I remember watching people as they got on it. We were like 4-year-olds. We were looking around and pointing at things, and we were all talking to each other, which, to be fair, I talk to people all the time on the Underground. But we were all talking to each other, pointing out, look, all the signs are clean. There are no dead flies or moths in behind the tube. And as I sat down, I remember the feeling, and I kind of have to demonstrate it. The seats were spongy. People were bouncing on the seats, and we were all looking and pointing and, oh my gosh, look at this. And as we pulled off from Victoria Underground Station, the driver proudly announced, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your brand new tube. This is its first journey, and it's brand new. Enjoy your comfort and enjoy your day." And with that, I progressed really nicely to King's Cross Station, got my train up to Edinburgh. So why do I tell you that story? It's a true story, by the way. This happened quite a few years back now. But why do I tell you this story? Hands up those of you who have got either a day or a week or even a longer period of time of one thing or some things that you've got to do. Either you've got to do them for work and you've been feeling a bit like, but I don't want to do them. Maybe there's a new product or something that is being launched either at your company or you're launching it yourself. Perhaps you've been through a tough time of things emotionally and you want the resilience to just keep going, keep ticking along so that you can do your business as usual, your everyday stuff as usual. Perhaps you're doing something for the first time. Maybe you set a goal. You might have set it in January, you might have set it last year, you might have set it last week, and there's a goal and there's something that you want to get done, and every now and then you're feeling a bit scared. Perhaps there's a dream somewhere that you want to travel to, and this time you want to do it this year, not next time, not next year. You want to get it done. Well, one of the things that I've noticed about any sort of goal is many of us like to work towards our goals and kind of get away from all the stuff that's put us off in the past. Maybe stuff that we've done before that we've deemed has gone wrong or hasn't worked out. We want to progress and get that stuff done. Like, anyone watching ever had that kind of goal or dream? If you have, give me a thumbs up or a love heart. Is anybody in it now? There's something that you really want to do. I know I'm certainly in the middle of a couple of different things. One of them is a project that I'm working on, and it's taken a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and on the whole I'm excited about it. However, I can stand back and go, gosh, there's a lot of moving parts. Which bit do I do next? Oh, shall I just sit and watch TV? No, I want to use the time to get stuff done. And the reason that I share this is because many of the things that we do start from up here between our ears. It starts from up here between our ears, and here's why. We either tell ourselves that we can do a thing, or we tell ourselves that we can't do a thing. Sometimes we'll tell ourselves, well, I guess I could do it, but it's going to be a struggle. Or we'll tell ourselves something else that's less helpful. Well, I'm not in the mood for it. Or, well, I've never done it before. Or, but, and whatever follows the but. It can be a myriad of things. It can be like a whole menu of things that we tell ourselves. Perhaps the thing we're doing is really exciting, and I've experienced this too, where it's been so exciting that I was in danger of really messing it up because I was so excitable. I was like a little kitten trying to walk on oil or something, and I was slipping around and so excitable everywhere that my attention and focus could have slightly gone off and I could have missed the mark. I had that going through my head too. You know, and one of the places to start, as I say, is between your ears. It's about what we commonly call, I guess, as coaches, our state of mind, you know, our state. And the thing that I remember that morning, that Friday morning, when I was travelling through, you know, the busiest times at the busiest stations were, my expectations were almost like, right, I'm on the train, got my bag over my shoulder, got my other work, you know, bag here with all my bits and pieces that I needed. When I get to Victoria, it's head down and it's pushed through. Yet when I got there, that was the expectation in my head. But when I got there, it was calm. It was peaceful. It was beautiful. Like, not a state that you would associate the station with. Anybody else ever experienced that kind of thing? Just to say that I can see that you're watching. I can't see any comments. It could be because you haven't posted any comments, which is fine. I had a bit of trouble logging on in the first place, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. But if you are posting comments and I seem to be ignoring them, please don't be alarmed. After this Facebook Live, I'll go back and I'll answer and respond to them. So, your state of mind and your general state will get you through. So if you have had, like, I don't know, a rough time of it of late, and you know that you need to keep ticking on, maybe you look after other people, maybe you do things, maybe you run a business, maybe you need to be at work, and it's just felt a little bit tough. This is not about pushing through stuff, just to be clear. This is about putting yourself in an optimal state where you can do the thing that you want to do. This is not about push, this is not about force. You know, maybe you're a public speaker and you're a bit nervous about public speaking. It's really funny because in my time as a presentations coach and a speaker coach, people would get really like, oh, but Jenny, I hate public speaking. This is the first thing they would tell me. I hate public speaking. I go red every time. I get really nervous. I feel like I'm going to choke. My words get bad. When you think about this, what you are doing is you're conditioning your state to have more of that. I get nervous. I don't like it. I go red. You know, all of those things are like internal affirmations, and they become external. And it's not to say to change your language, because I believe that before we look at changing our language, we need to look at what's really going on. We need to have the pill of noticing. You know, I regularly speak to clients who have fears over not enough time, or not enough money, or, you know, not enough relationship. Not in an Ivona sort of way. My lovely Ivona, who is a relationship coach, deals with romantic relationships, although she's really great at personal and professional relationships too. But, you know, I have clients that we can spend a whole session talking about how they can connect more with another company or another person, and all the nuances underneath. And with all the skills and tools that I have in my toolkit, it always starts with state. Where are we coming from in here? What's our state? So that morning when I went through the station and got onto the tube, the environment changed, which helped my state. But what if you this morning could change the environment going on in your head for something that you do want, and you can work, you know, with that instead? What if you weren't to tell yourself this Monday, oh my gosh, this is going to be so difficult? Or what if you weren't going to tell yourself, oh my gosh, I've never done this before, this feels really nerve-wracking? What if you weren't going to tell yourself, oh, it's Monday, I've got to go into the office? What if you were to tell yourself something much better instead? Start it inside your head and live it, and live it. And what's interesting about this approach is that when you go out there and you start doing the stuff that's inside your head in a better way, not the, oh my gosh, this is so hard, I can't do it, but the, you know what, although I've never done this before, I'm going to have a whale of a time doing it. You'll start to notice that as you go through life, as you go through your morning, as you go through your Monday, like the most amazing reframes will happen, the most interesting opportunities will pop up, the best things will happen, and you'll really love and enjoy the experience. And from what started off as something between your ears, this then goes into something that comes into a strong feeling. And I mean, wouldn't you much rather have a strong feeling of, oh my gosh, this is so exciting, this is great, this is brilliant, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it, and it's going to actually be a lot easier than, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do this, oh, maybe somebody else will do it better than me, and any other negative kind of put down that you can give yourself. So thank you so much for watching. This morning I have quite a busy morning. I have to check in with my my expert place to see if they need me to speak today, so that'll be quite cool. I have got a couple of calls about speaking myself, and I'm kind of booking up. My intention was to book up to the rest of June, but actually I thought, well, let me see what else is available at the rest of the year. So I'll be having a conversation with somebody about that. I'll be interviewing a really gorgeous author, and I'm going to be doing that for her audience, not for mine, so I'm really excited about that. And then I'm going to be having a call this afternoon with somebody to help coach them through some techniques, some communication techniques. Monday is officially my coaching day, and in between all of that, I'm going to try and book an appointment to get my hair done. So why do I share that with you? Because sometimes when you reach out for speaking gigs, it's not the easiest thing to do. You know, in fact, as recently as the last few days, I reached out to a contact I hadn't seen for a while on LinkedIn, and I positioned something that I think that their company will be really interested in. Was there a part of me that went, oh my gosh, just like, I can do it next week. Oh, I'll do it another time. Of course there was. Was there a part of me that said, oh, but what if they like get on their high horse, don't get it, and like are horrible to me? Of course there was. But you know what? I knew that going in with that mindset, going in with that state wasn't going to be helpful. So what I chose to do instead was I chose to put this in front of them and be completely unattached to whether they said yes, whether they said no, or whether they said, I don't know. And guess what happened? I put it to them and they came back like within minutes and said, you know what, I can do this as well, and I can do this. And I thought, oh gosh, wobbles, but you know what? Let me go back to them. And I went back to them again and I just said, okay, great that you could do that. And they went, oh my gosh, I've just reread your message. Yeah, of course. Let's have a chat, you know? So there are times where the thing feels scary to do to start off with, and I'm not saying don't acknowledge that, but what I am saying is if it feels scary or feels anything other than great or good, then recheck what's going on in your state of mind. Literally stop, pause, have a look and notice what's going on and choose something better for yourself. Choose something that motivates you. I really hope this has been helpful to you. I would absolutely love it if you could share this, and if you've got a group then that's fine, but if you could share this on your timeline. There are lots of people out there that are either going to bed in the US or waking up this morning and you know they're struggling, and if they hear this message it could just make a difference to their day. I really believe in spreading the ripple effect in a positive way. So please help me spread this as one ripple for someone's week, helping them to get motivated for their Monday, their morning and their week. And if you had a light bulb moment on this, I'd love you to share it below. If you want somewhere a bit more private to share it, please go and visit the group at the top of the page, which is the Visibility Vibes Tribe. If you're new to the group, you'll be asked 3 questions, and as the first question, just put Monday motivation. I'll let you in there, and in there you can share with the other people in the group, which means that your best friends or your work colleagues or your Auntie Sheila won't see what you're posting along in the timeline. I want you to have an absolutely awesome Monday. In between the things that I'm doing today, I'm putting the finishing touches on my Be Seen Academy, which is all about helping you to be seen when you speak, when you do video, and when you need to get yourself out there professionally. Really made for the business owner in mind. Those of you that don't have massive marketing budgets and digital marketing agencies in your back pocket. But I'm so excited about this, and if you haven't heard about this already or haven't seen the buzz about it already and want to get in before the official opening dates, then send me a message to this page and I'll let you know of a really special offer so that you can jump in now. We've already had in the last few days 5 people jump in. I am beyond excited. And by the way, even though I'm putting the finishing touches on it, there's loads of great stuff in there. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing. Have an absolutely gorgeous Monday. Let me know what you're up to this Monday. Sorry I couldn't see any of the comments. I'm going to get onto it now. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.